Question 5 of this exercise is a very interesting, slightly tricky question. Here's what it says. In a parallelogram ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of sides AB and CD respectively. So E is the midpoint of AB and F is the midpoint of CD. Show that the line segments AF, so A is joined to F to get AF, and EC, so E is joined to C to get EC. Show that these two segments trisect the diagonal BD. What does trisect mean? Trisect means divides into three equal parts. So the parts are DP, PQ and QB. We have to show that these three parts are equal. So we will do this problem in 3 steps. In the first step, we will prove that AF and EC are parallel, and we need to do this because we need these to be parallel to be able to apply the midpoint theorem. Okay, so I want you to focus on the quadrilateral AECF. I'm going to highlight it for you. AECF. Think about this quadrilateral. What can you say about this quadrilateral? Is this quadrilateral a parallelogram or not? So this is the first step of our proof. In step 1, this is what we'll prove, that this quadrilateral AECF is a parallelogram. And to do that, we will think about the sides AE and CF and their relationship to each other. So AE and CF are parallel to each other because they are parts of the opposite sides of a parallelogram. And also they are equal to each other. Why? AE and CF are equal to each other. Why? Because both of them are equal to half of their respective sides, which are equal. So half AE is equal to half of AB and CF is equal to half of CD, and AB and CD are equal because they are opposite sides of the parallelogram ABCD, and this means that AE and CF are also equal. So in the quadrilateral AECF, we have a pair of opposite sides which is parallel as well as equal, and from here we can conclude that AECF is a parallelogram. Okay, and this means that the other pair of opposite sides AF and CE, this is parallel. So AF is parallel to EC. So this is step 1 of the proof. Okay, now what we'll do is we will apply the midpoint theorem. So in step 2, we will let's consider the triangle DQC. So I'm going to highlight this triangle for you. Triangle DQC, this triangle. Think about this triangle, and in this triangle we will apply the midpoint theorem, or actually the converse of the midpoint theorem. That is what we'll apply. So in this triangle, F is the midpoint of DC and FP is parallel to CQ. Why is FP parallel to CQ? Because we proved that these segments AF and EC are parallel, and FP is part of AF and CQ is part of EC. So we can apply the converse of the midpoint theorem. So in triangle DCQ, F is the midpoint of DC and FP is parallel to CQ, and FP is parallel to CQ, and this means that we can apply the converse of the midpoint theorem. So by the converse of the midpoint theorem, we can claim that the other point of intersection, this point P, this is the midpoint of DQ. So we can claim that P is the midpoint of DQ, and if P is the midpoint of DQ, this means that DP and PQ, these two segments are equal. So DP is equal to PQ. Okay, now to the last step, step 3 of the proof. In this step, we will consider the triangle BPA. So just like we considered DCQ, we will now consider BPA or BAP. So let me highlight this triangle for you. So BAP, this triangle is what we will consider for the third step. Alright, so in this triangle, we have E as the midpoint of BA and EQ is parallel to AP. Why is EQ parallel to AP? Once again, because AF is parallel to EC and EQ is part of EC and AP is part of AF. So we can apply the converse of the midpoint theorem in this triangle as well. So in triangle BAP, E is the midpoint of BA. So E is midpoint of BA and EQ is parallel to AP. So EQ is parallel to AP. So again, by the converse of the midpoint theorem, we can now claim that the other point of intersection, which is this point Q on the other side, is the midpoint of BP. So let's write this out. Q is the midpoint of BP, and this means that BQ and PQ are equal. So PQ and BQ, they are also equal. So BQ and PQ, they are equal because Q is the midpoint of BP. So in step 2, we proved that DP is equal to PQ. So actually let's highlight these segments. So in step 2, we proved that DP and PQ, they are equal. In step 3, we proved that PQ and QB, they are equal. So what does this mean? It means that all the three segments, DP, PQ and QB, are equal. So if you want, we can write this out as step 4, where we now claim that from steps 2 and 3, we get DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB, and this means that the segment DB or BD, the diagonal BD, is trisected because it is being divided into 3 equal parts by the points P and Q. So that completes our proof of question number 5. Let me summarize it once again for you. In step 1, we focused on the quadrilateral AECF and we proved that it is a parallelogram, and that allowed us to use this fact that AF and EC are parallel. In step 2, we applied the converse of the midpoint theorem to triangle DCQ and proved that P is the midpoint of DQ, which means that DP and DQ and PQ are equal. And in step 3, we applied the converse of the midpoint theorem to triangle BAP and we proved that Q is the midpoint of BP. So PQ and QB are equal. So in step 2, we proved that DP and PQ are equal. In step 3, we proved that PQ and QB are equal. So that means that all 3 of them are equal. So the diagonal BD is trisected. So this completes question number 5. To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.